I read this number as a 6. Okay, if it's something else, then you can adjust it accordingly. So here is the way how we find it again, like identifying type is important, right? So here we have radical, and then overall we have a fraction. So we have two type of problems. For radicals with even index, inside must be positive, right? 6 plus x must be bigger than equal to 0. And then I can just subtract 6 from both sides. Then x will be bigger than equal to -6. So that's one thing. Let's leave this here. And then because of a fraction, the denominator should not be 0, right? So pretend the denominator is 0, we can find what makes the denominator 0. So set the denominator to 0, and x will equal to 5. So this number is making the denominator 0. So we don't want this, right? We don't want that number. So we're going to delete that number. So delete this. Delete this number, right? We don't want that. Okay, now I'm gonna try to make sense from this two when I write my domain. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this. This is -6. So it's gonna be x bigger than -6, right? Which is an entire right of 6. So it's all of this. But we know that we need to delete 6 from here, right? So I'm sorry, we need to delete 5 from here, right? So 5 is gonna be somewhere here, and we're gonna delete this guy. So once it's deleted, then we'll put a hole here, right? So this is like a hole. And then we'll go from, so we'll take all of this, right? So we'll go from -6. We'll go from -6 to 5. 5 is not included, right? Because we deleted. And then union. Now we'll take all of this, which is 5 is deleted, not included. So it's 5 to all the way to plus infinity here. So that's the domain. So we always look at the type and then come up with the solution, because we have a radical in there, which is radical with even index, and the rule is inside has to be greater than 0. And then we have rational functions, so the denominator should not be 0. And we set the denominator to 0, and we find what should be delete, right? And we only have one number to delete, so we delete that and come up with the domain.